Food security. Today the concept is food security. Before going into the details of the food security, earlier, before we got independence, it's like from 1943 to 45, we used to have a lot of food problems, famines, droughts existing in our country. Why do we have during this period the famines, droughts and all these things? What is the meaning of the word famine? What is the meaning of the word drought? What do we get from this? Like how to address these things? Famine means when we get it for a long period of time, like 5 years, 10 years, when we fail the crops to get or fulfill the needs of the people to eat or provide the daily needs, especially the food of rice or wheat, then it is called famine. When it is in a larger scale, it is called famine. When it is in a smaller scale, like a seasonal crop fails, it is called drought. We have an example in 1943 to 45. If you look at the image here, you can get the clarity that in Bengal during the 1943-45 period, nearly 3 to 5 million people died lack of food. Why did we get this kind of situation for us? What is the scenario that led to form of this kind of situation where 3 to 5 million people have passed away without having proper food? We have an example given for us in the image that a small boy who moved on with his brothers and sisters to Kolkata to in search of food. You could see the people, they are searching like their grains, they are picking up the grains from the road, they are eating the snakes, they are using the other animals or whatever they are getting on the road. Earlier they were rich farmers who used to do their work in their landless things and all these things, but later the situation made them to do like this, that they are searching the food literally and they are hungry, they don't know what they are doing actually. If you look at them, we get scared that the things that they are taking from dustbin, all the things, and eating the items from the dustbins and all these things will get scary for us, but the hunger which makes them to do all these things, it is nothing but the hunger strike which hit in India in 1943-45. We have 3 to 5 million people have passed away. These are not the actual figures or the exact figures. We don't know the exact figures, how many people have really died or really lost their lives. The man or the boy who moved from place to Kolkata in search of food lost his entire family, even his father, because of the lack of the food conditions. This is the scenario in 1943-45. What would be the factors that led to this kind of situation? We have the rulers of Britishers. That time we don't have a democratic setup or our own rulers to look after or to address the issues here. So the Britishers were self-motivated. They are very much interested in carrying on the raw materials from India to the abroad, but rather than taking care of the Indian people or Indian farming or Indian agriculture, they even kept large plantations and provided the crops to grow, which are useful for them in their fields, which are necessary for the raw materials of their industries, rather than for Indians for rice or for wheat or for the food eatables, whatever is required for Indians. This could be one of the reasons which made the strike of 1943-45 severe famine and the drought which hit for our nation, and where many of the millions of people have lost their food and became shelterless and moved out of their hometown villages and in search of food to cities where they could not get there also. This led to the many of the problems for us. Food security for our country. How can we provide food security for our country, India? What would be the reason to get food security? In the previous example, we have seen the scenario that the people are died literally lack of food. Due to hunger state, many of the lakhs of people have lost their lives. So this led to the situation that a country to think of what is the alternative for this or what would be the solution for this. So the main or the utmost solution what we can provide directly is, everybody can understand, is that increase. What we have to increase? We have to increase the production. If you increase the production according to the population needs, for example, we have 100 crores plus population. So if we can provide the crops fertility which is equal to the 100 crore population plus and provide the food materials which is necessary for them, automatically if everybody get accessible to that, which can lead to the food security in the nation. Food security in India is nothing but providing the capacity to supply food for all the people and make them it available at the very less cost for them, where everybody can afford for it and get it. So this is nothing but we have to increase the production in bulk. Do we have the real scenario of increasing this in the bulk of the production? Can we really increase the production of India? If you see the real statistics which are growing from 1980 to 1990s or 1970s to 1980s, 1990s or 2000 trends, you can see here the production is growing in some areas in a larger extent. Because of green revolution in 70s and 80s, we have reached to a satisfactory levels, but at the same time in some areas we don't have much of the production increased. For example, in the Bihar regions or in the other regions where the development is very low or the supply of water is very low, there we can't expect them to grow the fields which they can't at all afford. They don't get the water for their water supply. So because of this, the another problem what we are getting is the lands which are more fertile, the people are utilizing the underground waters in a high level or high existing rates, then which leads them the scarcity of the underground water levels, which may lead them to get further problems and the crop fertility may come down. Instead of increasing the production in India to get the food security, we may be in a threat that the production levels may come down to the present existing levels and we may be in trouble of the future scenario. So this has to be addressed very seriously. To provide food security in India, we have to must increase the production which is available for us at the existing rate to be doubled or tripled to the needs or the according to the population demands, and at the same time we have to get it available to the people at the less affordable cost where a common man can get approach to it. For example, if a person needs 300 grams of rice, if you are providing only him 100 grams of rice, that too at a very high cost level, these people can't afford it and can't reach to it. So it should be under their reach. At the same time, you should provide them in bulk wherever it is necessary for them. If you are not able to provide all these things, it would lead to another dangerous famine where we would have lost many millions of the people. This could be a disastrous situation where we can't address the food security. How can we provide the food security? For us, we have seen the scenario, we have seen the trends. Now, are we able to compete this? What is the thing actually happening in our agriculture? The thing is, we are using many unscientific methods. We are using many fertilizers which are going deep into the underground layers and spoiling the fertility of the crops at various levels. This could be one point which could be the reduction of the crops or the fertility or the production output. Then how can we get the availability of the food for all the people? Or how do we say that is the food available for everybody or not? There is a calculation for this according to the mathematical statements, like do we get the food supplied is sufficient or not? Because generally when we see news, we have that 80 million stores of rice is stored in the PDS and all these things. Do we really get it or no? Where is the formula for this? See here, per year how much food we are getting is equal to the production. The total production what is made in the entire nation, that is from all the 28 states and the union territories, wherever the rice produced or wherever the wheat is produced, that everything is calculated minus the seeds which are present in that, the feed or the wastage which has been removed from that. Then you get plus you have to add the net, means if you are importing something that should be added for it, when we are exporting something that should be deducted from it, because exporting is nothing but literally we are throwing it away from our place, importing is we are getting it from other place to our place. So total is that production minus seed, feed and wastage plus the imports what we are getting is called the total production of the year or the availability of rice per year. Then how do we calculate the availability of rice per day? How can we get it? Just simple production of the food grains by total food. After we get the formula of this production, the per year production divided by the entire population, total divided by 365 days, because per year we have 365 days divided into, you get per day how much amount or food do we require for the entire nation for us. This is a formula mathematically to be proved to say that whether we are getting the sufficient amount of food grains available for us in our nation or no. Basing on this criteria, we can say that whether the rice is available for us sufficiently according to the people's requirements or no. Coming to the point, like not only rice, wheat, cereals or food grains or any other items, are we getting all the other things also sufficiently as per we are getting this, or only we have the problem only with the rice and wheat, because most of the people have the raw food, or like compulsory we need more amount of rice and wheat? No, it is not the condition here. Cereals, pulses, everything are also not available to the required levels or the sufficient levels, or the sufficient amount of the thing which is needed for us is not at all reachable here, because we have problems in production of that also, because the rice as it is a major thing and everybody needs rice at every nook and corner of India, so we address it in a larger scale, but the same lands are producing the same things. We have to understand the point here is the same lands are producing the things which are required for us, which means that here rice we are taking an example, but it is not compulsory that rice is produced completely or productively other than the cells or all these things. Everything is needed for us to get sufficient thing, but we are not able to provide sufficiently for all the items, especially rice is most important, but we are not able to provide cereals, pulses, wheat or anything to the required optimum level. That could be the reason why we are not able to provide the food security in our nation. What are the steps taken by the government? What are the issues addressed? We will discuss just in a moment. Food items. The availability of the non-food items other than the rice and wheat. Coming to the rice and wheat, are we able to supply the other items at least to sufficient levels? We have seen the rice example, the wheat example, the other examples. Are we able to provide other items like vegetables, fruits, meat and the other items other than the rice and wheat? Are we able to get them sufficiently? What is the requirement for them nutritional levels? According to the science analysis, how much percentage do they need and how much they are getting here? Are they sufficiently supplied for it or no? Whether it is sufficient in America or in Europe or in India. Let us see the examples for this here clearly. See, for us, vegetables, as per the science, we need for every individual 300 grams of vegetables per day, 100 grams of fruits per day, 180 eggs per year, then 11 kgs of meat per year, 300 milliliters of milk per day. These are the basic requirements of every person which are required for him to maintain his body ecological balance and to sustain for him and to live healthily. Coming to the statistics of Indian reality, what we are supplying for them. See here, for 300 grams of vegetables, we are able to provide only 180 grams of vegetables. Coming to the fruits, we are able to get only half of it, that is 58 grams. And coming to the eggs, out of 180, we are able to get only stock of 30 per person per individual. Out of 11 kgs of meat, we are having only the availability of 3.2 kgs. It's very less and not competitive enough. And coming to milk, it's a satisfactory level that out of 300, you are able to provide 200 milliliters of milk. It means that India is not only lacking only in the food grain items or in the other items which are necessarily the cells or pulses or the other items, but it is also lacking in the vegetables, fruit, eggs, meat, milk and all the other items. When it comes to the actual statistics, what is happening in Europe or what is happening in London or some other places, the actual happenings of these are like in Europe, you need 700 grams or in USA, you need 800 grams. They are available there. They are supplying for their individuals or their citizens here at this level of food production, what is available for them at that level at the affordable cost. But when it comes to India, the statistics are different according to the nutritional levels. But when it comes to the availability of the things, you are getting it at very, very less, and it's not competitive enough to get an individual to get sustainable, to be healthy or fit and fine to do all his works. When we compare this with Europe or in USA, see, it's not even half of them. See, Indian vegetable currency level requirement is 300, we are having here 700, but when it comes to USA, it's having 800, we are having only 300, which is not even a halfway mark which is required for them. So there are many issues to be addressed very seriously, and how can the government be accessible to this? How can we plan to get these requirements? How are we going to meet the requirements? We'll discuss this in just a moment. Access to food. How do the people are getting access to food in reality in our nation? How can we come to know that whether they are getting access to food or not? Let us see the calculations as per the biological requirements, how much percentage of vegetables we need, milk we need, meat we need, that all we have estimated it. Now coming to the point here, coming to the urban areas, we need the calories of energy for them to perform their day-to-day activities perfectly is 2100 calories of energy for them to be run into their body. Then only they can perform all their activities perfectly without having any issues. Then coming to the rural areas, they do a bit hard work more than the urban people, so they need 2400 kilocalories of energy to be flown into their energy body levels so that they can perform all the duties perfectly when compared to the rural areas, the urban areas. So it could be there like this. Are the people of Indians really getting this much sufficient of calories of energy through their intake of food? If you see the Indian statistics of 1983 to 2004, the Indian economy has gone up many folded times. The currency has gone up very high level. The production levels have been doubled, tripled and been increased many fold times. But the energy intake of the people has not gone up. It is a sad thing to address that. In these 30 years, the intake of the people has been completely gone down instead of going up as per the requirement of the biological needs of every individual to sustain for him. If we are not able to take this much amount of energy which is in our food daily, we are going to get deteriorated. Our body is not able to support for us to do all the activities which are required for us. So what is the other alternative we have for us? What is the real fact which led them not to take these things? Are the people binding themselves not to have more amount of energy? In rural areas, we have a system of people working for long hours under the heavy sunrise directly falling on them, and they do very hard works under the sun without having any precautions or anything, and they exit lot of sweat and lose a lot of energy for them. So that kind of people are also, why are they not taking the sufficient amount of kilocalories of energy for them when it is required for them, even though they knew it? The problem is that they are having many problems like poverty. The main problem of poverty cannot be eliminated so easily. In the last 30-40 years also in India we did not get the elimination of the poverty. The situation is that the poverty is still existing in many of the villages. Out of 6.4 lakh villages, nearly maybe some 40,000 villages have been accessed or got some amount of facilities when compared to the other areas. Even today we find many villages which don't have the electricity facilities, don't have the basic facilities, don't have the utmost needs. So how can we expect the people to get higher production or sufficient amount of food supply for them in the kilocalories of energy? This is a major issue to be addressed. Other than the poverty, the another important factor which lies them, bounds them not to have the sufficient amount of food is the unemployment. Poverty is one of the basic reasons. The next alternative of the poverty is the unemployment conditions. We have seen in the disguised unemployment that in a family, if there are 5 members working in the same field does not get any additional advantage for the family if the agriculture is only thing done. Instead of that, if 3 members are restricted to agriculture and 2 members are added for factory or some other work and get some income for them which is necessary for it, that could be an added advantage for the family and could sustain for them whenever it is required for them, would be an added advantage as per the situation and as per the requirement for them to get the needs. But coming to the unemployment condition, we have again various unemployment situations here. The disguised unemployment, seasonal unemployment, or like underemployment, which means that under unemployment is that as per his qualifications or his requirements, he can get a better job than the job what he is working or what he is doing right now. But the situation is that he can't get a job in a place where he is working, or he can't get a better opportunity for him. This could also be one of the underemployment which made them to be unemployed. These are the various facts which made them to do like this. So the access to food to the people in rural India and in the urban India has not reached to satisfactory levels as per the requirements of the situation of their biological needs. Even in the last 30-40 years, India has developed in a massive range. The economy has been tripled and doubled, but at the same time the food production also has been doubled because of the green revolution, white revolution, blue revolution. We brought various revolutions and increased double, triple the production, but could not provide the sufficient amount of food for all the people in India. Here still we have a question whether the rural people and the urban people are able to get the sufficient amount of energy which is required for them to perform their day-to-day activities. Is it truly addressed or not? The fact is that they are not able to take the complete sufficient amount of foods for them even today. It has to be addressed very seriously. The government has to take the issue very seriously. Now let us see the facts, like what are the necessary sources the government provides for them to provide a sufficient amount of food for them. The most important point what we are going to discuss now is the PDS, that is nothing but public distribution system. What is this PDS mean? Public means something which is issued to public people. Distribution, they are distributing it in public, they are distributing through a procedure of system. What they are distributing here, as per our lesson, we are going to distribute the food grains for the people. It is located in almost all the southern states of India, that as per the cards or as per the categories of the people whose incomes are very less than the required level, like some 70,000 as per the per annum and all, as per the calculations of the government, those who are below poverty line people recognized by the government of that particular state issues cards for them, issuing like various cards for them, like white cards, pink cards, Antyodaya cards, green cards, on all these things. Like these cards will ensure them to entitled to get the rice or grains at very less cost for them. For example, like they get rice at rupees 1 or 2 rupees per kg. They are sufficient to provide for every individual 5 kgs of rice, and as per the family requirement. For example, there are 4 members in the family. You get 4 into 5, 20 kgs of rice available for you at very less cost of 20 rupees or max 40 rupees. That is for the white card as per the issues of the Andhra state. And when it comes to the Antyodaya scheme, we have the availability of rice for Antyodaya scheme of 35 kgs directly in a slot issued to them at just rupees of 35. It is like per kg per rupee. That is the reason why we get rice distributed. So these all are distributed. The public distribution system take care of the distribution of rice, then comes to the pulses, then comes to wheat, then comes to the other items like sugar, all these things, some amount of kerosene, then the amount of dal. All these things are issued by the government to get or ensure the people to get the amount at very low level for them, which is required for them at very less amount of the cost. Now the situation is, if we are providing all these things for them at the very less cost also, is it able to meet the requirements of the people? Yes, we have the helping of the people for a rickshaw puller, where he is able to buy for 15 days. The amount what we have given for him, the rice or the pulses or the dal or whatever it is sufficient for him for the 15 days. He has spent some 200 or 300 amount for him and he brought these items. What about for him for further he get for the next 15 days or not? Is he able to get sufficiently food for him or not? Because he has to work daily very hard to pull the rickshaw and all these things, and he is able to get it or not? Are we able to provide him the safety or not, security or not? Are we able to provide for everybody the public distribution system scheme, the sufficient amount of food grains for them at the appropriate time? Yes, we have the system of public distribution system supported by the buffer stock. What is buffer stock? In buffer stock, this is nothing but buffer means a store stock. We store the amount of rice under the FCI, the Food Corporation of India buys rice from the rural people or from the farmers directly with the price announced for them earlier for their crop, that is called MSP, the minimum support price. The price amount is issued earlier before the crop is taken from them, and people are willingly they can come here and sell their crop and they get the money that is stored at various godowns in the FCI. Then the FCI maintains the buffer stock which is distributed for the public distribution system as per the guidelines of the government of that particular states. Now FCI is under the central government, so central government issues the guidelines for the people and make sure the state governments are getting ensured of the benefits. Sometimes we get the news that many of the rats have eaten up the buffer stock. This is sometimes it may be happen, but most of the time they are taken care very critically. Now recently in 2013, the central government, that is the Union Government of India under the UPA rule, has brought the right to food. What is the meaning of right to food? According to the right to food, there are many issues which can be provided security for the people. It's nothing but literally we are providing right for the people on the issue of food. What is the right we are going to provide for them? It is covering nearly 3/4 of the rural population and nearly half of the urban population can be entitled to the maximum level to get the benefit of right to food. It is nothing but National Security Food Scheme which is provided for them, which is taken care for this. In the entire Indian population, nearly 2/3 of Indian population may get the benefits of this. In this we are going to provide for them like wheat or rice, dal, pulses, cereals, all these for them at the rate of 2 rupees, 3 rupees and 5 rupees at the max as per the requirements of the government things. So to provide for a population of nearly 60 to 70 crores of people, providing the grains is not an easy thing. The issue of like providing through the integrated central development scheme of the children by the central government issued, the Supreme Court gave guidelines for all the state governments that every government should ensure that they provide a cooked hot meal to the children, plus that should be in a very hygienic condition. Earlier this scheme was issued or run only in small regions in a small scale in the Tamil Nadu state, but now it is run in the entire nation of South India especially, and it is covering nearly 14 crore children, which is the largest scheme in the world where it provides food like a midday meal program. It is compulsory in all the areas, and even in the Anganwadis also they are providing the hot cooked meal provided for them with the hygienic conditions. If there are any changes, they can report to the nearest collector or issue the orders for them and change the people who are working it. And most of the time in the Anganwadis and all these things, they have to recruit the local people itself. Those are the tribal community people only, so they can cook well for their own people. They should have the feeling of that oneness and their own belongingness, so that we can get the fair and perfect cooking to be done. These are the guidelines of the Supreme Court to ensure that they provide good and healthy food by all the state governments. Like this, the government has planned in some certain levels to reach it to the level. Whether the nutritional levels are reached to the utmost importance or no, whether they are satisfied or no. The nutritional status, as we have discussed earlier, we are not able to provide a sufficient amount of food, but Government of India through the plans of the midday meal program, they are able to provide amount of food which is required for them at least through one term as per the requirements of the situation. But coming to the nutritional levels, are the people or the sufficient getting the sufficient amount of nutritional issues to be related for them? To understand this, whether they are getting it or not, let us move on to the facts. Like, what do we contain in our food? We contain the carbohydrates which are necessary for us to generate our body, which we need energy for us. We get it from wheat and rice. So coming the nutritional values, the carbohydrates whether they are able to provide a sufficient amount of carbohydrates. From where do we get the carbohydrates? We have an example of wheat and rice, where we take daily intake like wheat or rice compulsory in India. In North India we have the custom of taking wheat, in South India we have the custom of taking the rice must for us. So carbohydrates are getting for us from the wheat and rice and some other sources of food. Next, coming to the proteins which are required for us to have a healthy system of body and all, that is the beans. From beans we get the proteins. And coming to the vitamins which are very much vital for our body to develop and all these things, we get it from fruits and the leafy vegetables. And we also get the minerals from the minerals indirectly in the sense of iron, which is required for our body to have the bones, buildings and all these things, as well as the blood components and all these things. We also get from the vegetables and fruits, from all these things, the minerals, vitamins, proteins and all these things are the composition of the nutritional levels of a particular person to say whether a person is nutritionally fit or fine or not. Now coming to the situation like in a country like India, are we able to assess that whether we are getting the sufficient amount of food of nutritional value or not? How do we come to know about these facts? Are the people of India getting the sufficient amount of nutritional food values needed in their regular food menu? Is it correct? How do we come to know all these things? Can we go to every food person and take him the food and check him whether he is getting carbohydrates in this or not, whether he is getting vitamins in this or not, whether he is getting proteins in this or not, whether he is getting the carbohydrates sufficient in this or not? This is not the procedure. If you see an individual as per the body mass index, as per your height, your weight, your age, you are supposed to have a certain amount of weight according to the medical values or requirements of the system. So according to that, body mass index will indicate your required weight or optimum weight of a particular age. It could be plus or minus 2, but not more than that. But as per the survey made by the Nutritional India of Hyderabad Center, we came to know about like out of 7,000 children who are studied or detailedly assessed in this issue, we came to know these rare facts or astonishing facts that most of the Indians, like 50 to 60% of the Indians, are the children especially, are underweight or below weight as per the requirements. Suppose at the age of 12 they have to be above 50. We get many of the kids who are around 45 to 50. But generally we see them but we don't take it seriously. We have to get it into alarming task, because the situation is furtherly if they go move on building on this, these are the compulsory items for their body to generate to be healthy for them, to fit and fine to meet the requirements. And if these requirements are not fulfilled properly, they are getting deteriorated completely. Once they are getting deteriorated, they may tend to get some kind of diseases, some kind of health issues may be generating in them, which we may not be observing for them until we get them to the final stage. That may lead us to get some problems for the kids. And astonishing fact is, in the states like Gujarat, Bihar and other states, we have the people of Uttar Pradesh also having more than 50% of the children having less weight, and in Kerala it is very lowest. We have only 24% of the people having the impact of underweight impact. The nutritional level food plays a very vital role. Now how do we assess like whether the person is getting the nutritional weight or not? As we discussed earlier, if the people are below than their regular or optimistic weight which is required as per their age and as per their body mass index, if they are not able to fulfill all these things, then automatically they come to the less weight. We feel generally a trend to be of less weight, but it does not sense much, because a body should be having certain amount of weight and should be maintained that weight to meet the requirements of the daily body mass activities. If these activities cannot be done properly, if your brain, your heart and your body cells don't function properly, this may lead to the problem of your entire body system. This may lead to sometimes upset the systems also. This may bring some kind of health issues or some kind of various vital issues. Nowadays we are having health issues of not only the aged people, we are having underage people also getting the health issues, which may generate a serious issue for us. And what would be the reason for all these kind of things? Either because of the lack of sufficient amount of food, or what is the nutritional low values food, or what made them to feel like this, that they are not able to meet the requirements of the food. For example, if we have seen the PDS system, the public distribution system is issuing 35 kgs of rice Antyodaya for a family of 5 members if they issue it, and if in the family we have 5 members and for only 11 days they get the sufficient amount of food for them. What about the remaining 19 days or 20 days of the remaining month? Are they going to get the sufficient amount of food for them supplied? Who is going to take care of them? What are the issues that are going to be addressed for them? Definitely they are going to be under nutritional level, under their weight, and they will have the health issues. They have to work for them. Poverty is a striking feature for them, and they are in the unemployed situation. They may be staying in the slum areas where they are unhygienic conditions. Even the water what they drink also may be having contaminated diseases. This all may issue some kind of generation of the medical issues which may lead for them to further have some medical complications, which may lead to get some dangerous diseases also. Hopefully that these all things will be addressed. A scientist, social scientist or social activist came with a move that the entire process or the entire scenario of the situation is nothing but the only one word we can put it is that hungry. The people are hungry in India. India has to be fulfilled with the lack of hunger in the people. It should be fulfilled when we fulfill the people with the necessary food requirements, with the sufficient amount of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and the vital minerals which are required for our body. Then only you are going to be fit and fine, where India can develop with the healthy citizens. If the citizens are not healthy, definitely India could not develop or reach to its maximum extent. So the hunger which is present in the Indian scenario or in the mass of the villages or wherever we find the state of hunger or the undernutritional value levels should be addressed very seriously and should be reached to the maximum levels, and the hunger should be eliminated from India, and every Indian should be wished to get sufficient amount of food as they are getting ensured in US, UK and all the other countries, sufficient amount of vegetables, minerals, vitamins and the milk, eggs, meat, whatever is required for them in the sufficient levels, so that they can be fit and fine and healthy, which may lead to a healthy nation like India to be a global power, which soon needs the address of the food security. Food security should be provided for all the people in all the aspects, at all the levels and all the streams, which may lead to in all the states also, where the slum areas also should be reachable for them to get the benefits of this one. Very soon we will understand the food security is the utmost priority of the people, or the Indian government should take some serious steps and eliminate the hunger from our Indian land.